There's a location in the Western Sahara Desert of Mauritania called the Rishat structure that just so happens to match more than a dozen striking similarities to what Plato had described as the lost ancient capital city of Atlantis, which was said to be made up of concentric circles, 3 of water, 2 of land, which matches the Rishat structure. It was said to have mountains to the north, and you just so happen to have mountains called the Atlas mountain chain, which Atlas was said to be the very first king of Atlantis. The very first known king of Mauritania, which is where the Rishat structure is located, was also named Atlas. There's geological similarities, such as the fact that Atlantis was said to be made up of red, black, and white color stone, which is another similarity you see at the Rishat structure. It was said to have an abundance of gold, and that the outer walls were lined with it. And it turns out that Mauritania is loaded with gold, and not only that, the richest person ever known to exist in all of mankind is Mansa Musa of the Mali Empire, which consisted partly of modern-day Mauritania. And he was so rich from gold that he would be richer than Elon Musk and Bezos combined almost. But the similarities don't end there. There was said to be an abundance of elephants, which is one reason why Atlantis would have been in Africa.
That does match some of the translations of origin stories from the ancient Egyptians. One of the stories in the translations they do talk about is what they would call the original point, or the primordial island. They describe it as being an island that was surrounded by water that was sinking, and essentially these reeds that were growing on it that created a falcon's perch, and then god Horus lights on this perch and then gains divinity, and then he goes and forms Kemet, essentially the motherland Egypt.